Hey everyone, welcome to today's video. How's it going? I hope you all are having a great day. Just before we get into the video, if you can please like the videos if you are enjoying these videos, this content I'm creating. It's just pretty apparent that as soon as I upload a video, people without even watching it just instantly dislike it, 10, 20 dislikes. So it is what it is, whatever to them. But if you do enjoy these videos, please like the videos. It's really appreciated. And as always, enough of that. Let's get into today's recap. So today, yes, we finally placed a trade. We only placed one trade. We made 7.6 cents on it. Not too bad. So we're up $7 in total, only on 100 shares. As you know, I'm only trading 100 shares right now just to gain some consistency, to gain some more experience. And there's no difference in the market pretty much if you're trading 100 shares or 1,000 shares or 2,000 shares. It's not about the share size. It's about your metrics, your accuracy, your profit loss ratio and everything like that. So once I can prove I can do it with 100 shares, let's say in a 4-week period of consistent green weeks, then I can move up. So yeah, we placed one trade. There was another stock, ATKX, which was very good, which we'll talk about. But yeah, let's get into today's recap. So to be honest, on the gap scanning this morning, the two stocks that we were looking at did come off them, TEUM and ATKX, but no real setup as you see here. This was the pre-market for TEUM, so it was making this nice move, but really high volume. This looked one of the better ones on TEUM, but all the gap scanner looked pretty much, nothing really exciting, nothing that we're all going to look at. Thinking this is the stock that's going to be in play today, like BPTH for instance. Nothing really exciting. So definitely waiting and watching to see what was happening, keeping an eye on stocks, and TEUM was one we was keeping an eye on. And as you see here, volume started to come in, which is really nice. We get this nice break here of the pre-market high of 470, and then so it squeezes past 5. Obviously that's when we're looking for our first type pullback. One of the indicators I actually want to add, sorry, I apologise. Let's quickly just add this in, because this is important and I want to start showing you guys this. Where's the OK button? I don't know why that's there. Okay. So, sorry for that, guys. So, we get this big push up. As always, we're looking for the pullback. There was a bit of a pullback here and break, but, we want that big, a bigger washout. This was very quick. It pulled back sort of like for a second and went, so we didn't really get much of a dip. So, as you see here, my first entry on it, let's go to order history. We see I bought 100 shares at 487, which is right here. So bought for the low and sold into the pop for at basically 494, going on 495. So nice little winner there. That's all we was looking up. So we're looking for these big green candles, just this nice strength. We get this pullback and then we go there. The reason I add the VWAP in, this VWAP actually looks slightly bit different to the other one that on my other charts, but pretty much good enough. As you see, the main body of the candles holding the VWAP, and the other ones were holding sort of the 20 EMA. But we get the flush down, we get the pullback around to the VWAP. So really happy to sort of use that as my indication, as my support when it has gone back up, and then we, as you see, we sold into that pop. So really happy with that. TEUM, it actually just started to sell off, and then as you see, it made a second sorry for my cough. It made a second wind, made a pop up, and now pop off back up to 515, and then now you see it's just sort of consolidating. It's still above the VWAP, which is nice, but no real sort of interesting entries on there. The one stock that there were some good entries on, and I'm sure you guys traded it today, was ATKX. Now this was still difficult. This was one that was on the gap scanner pre-market, but as you see, pre-market no volume, and then it literally it's just been taken off all day, and it's still sort of coming up towards highs, getting really extended off the VWAP, but it's kind of holding that 20 exponential moving average, the 20 EMA, which is nice. And the only problem with this is when it was moving, if you see, yes, the only way you could really buy this if you was buying a 1 minute pullback on this candle frame. It's just so difficult. You just see it's just a grinding. We want stocks that are making these big moves, these big moves big moves up, we get the pullback down, making the bigger moves up. Whereas this sort of stock, it's just grinding. It's just so difficult to keep getting in, and then every time you want him to get in, like on this pullback or this pullback, it's only making small moves. Then it started to come down, and it made this big move here and this big move here and big move there. A little bit more harder to predict. So on the 1 minute candle, very, very difficult. It's just sort of a as you see here, a grindy stock, But a few entries we could have done is if you change to the 5 minute. This is what you had to look at. You had to look at the 5 minute. And even this wasn't clear, so we get this nice movement up. We get sort of the consolidation. We get the pullback, and then we get the push through. Once again, we get the move up. We get the little pullback, and then we get the move through. This was a bit more difficult, where we get this sort of. It looks like it's starting to downtrend, and then it made a big move up. This is probably the only time you could really get a better entry, a cleaner entry, but these were still difficult. We ideally want to see a bit more consolidation, so we get the nice move up. We could say, let's say we get the break, we get the little pullback, the consolidation, and then we get the move up again. So we look for that sort of break. But here, where it was just as you see here, one candle up, pullback, then it went, one candle up, pullback, then it went. Really, really difficult. We didn't really get that nice sort of solid consolidation where we'd look to get the candle break up here, break for the new high. So that's what we want. We just want a couple more of these 5 minute candles to consolidate over, look to get in for the candle that makes a new high and sell it into the push. And we just didn't really get that. You could have jumped in still on the first candle, which was obviously would have been a good move today. Just normally in the long run, they're not a risky entry by any means. They're just it's just you want to let the pattern form fully, and when the patterns form fully, more people see it, you see it, and it's normally more of a less riskier trade. But happy to get a trade in, making $7.62. Not about making the money right now, it's just about being green. And that was pretty much it. It still wasn't the best day. There were definitely people who made some money on this stock, but it wasn't an easy stock to trade, and it's just a grinding stock. If you're a trend, not for my style anyway. My style is break in, break out. Quick entries. We want the bigger moves. This was just as you see, it's just a sort of a trending stock where you could people would have bought just a trend. It's got this uptrend. They'd set a stop. They'd look for this trend to break, and once it breaks, that's it. But I don't want to be sitting at a computer for 4 hours a day or whatever it may be, even if it is going to be a nice winner. But yeah, we're all different. So I hope you enjoyed these videos. As always, please like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And I will be back at it tomorrow for some more trading. Take care, everyone. Bye bye.